Hello, all of you vaingloriously wonderful people. This is the Declasse Tahoma Coupe, and I'm about to find out if it'll off-road. This is what, our 5th vehicle out of the 16 total that are going to be in the Drug Wars DLC once all the drip feed nonsense is wrapped up. Yeah. So we'll get through the 6th one today. We do still have 2 more next week, though, surprisingly, with as slow as the drip feed's been. Because of the snow, we didn't record a lot of cars, so we've got a lot of stuff that is, you know, on the backlog. And so we're getting it done. And then who knows what'll happen because of the drip feed. I've already got it planned out, like, what cars I want to group together. But, like, for example, the ISI, you know, I'm pretty sure I've got that. Let me just type here real quick and look and see what I have paired together as we wait for the Tulip to climb the mountain. You see, like, the ISI I want to do with the Boer, but the Boer is probably going to be like one of the last cars we get. The Panthera that just came out, I want to do with the Virtue. It could be the last car we get. We do have the Hot Ring Everin coming soonish. And I want to do it at the same time as the 6x6 Brigade, which, why? Because it's where it fits. There's nowhere else to put it. And then the Broadway, which we already have, I want to wait till we have the Eudora, which, again, we're going to be waiting a little while for that, probably. Because we just got a car a few days ago at the time I'm recording this. And I doubt we'll get one this coming Thursday unless Rockstar just does something really surprising. But they won't. They'll drag it 2, 3, 4 weeks. You watch. They will. So it's hard to say when we'll see anything after next week's video, which is going to feature... Ooh, it's going to be a rough one. The Surfer Custom and the Journey 2. I don't even own the Journey 2. I don't even want to own the Journey 2. I have no need for it at all. And you're talking to a guy who buys some pretty pointless vehicles. I mean, I have... Well, just last night, I got done reorganizing all my garages because we have the new 50-car garage. And bought a few extras since I had some space and some manufacturers just to complete some collections. And I now have 502 total vehicles. Granted, that counts boats and planes and helicopters and jets and stuff like that. But it's still a lot. I mean, if you take all the boats and planes and stuff like that out, it's probably like 460, 470 actual cars and motorcycles and trucks and vans, station wagons. Yeah, it's a lot. It is a whole lot. However, I do like the Tahoma Coupe that we're driving today. I enjoy this car. It's not the fastest muscle car, and that's okay. I like its look. I like its look. I like the way it drives. I find it to be a pleasant car to be in, and even if it can't make this final turn here for Will It Off-Road and Donkey's car can. But that's okay. We got turned around, and we're making our final little bit here, and we're up 3 minutes, 3 seconds. So will it off-road? Yes. Yes, it will. And that little boop that Hobo did there at the end, quite intentional. And, well, I don't know what got into him that particular day, but he decided he needed to boop all of my cars. So be it. Whatever. So, in terms of performance and where the Tahoma Coupe stacks up against everything else, out of 376 vehicles that we have tested as of this video, it is 180th. So, top half. A little more than top half, so not too bad. Interestingly, though, is where it falls in that stack, it is... Oh, dear. That was almost bad. It is 0.12 seconds, so barely over a tenth of a second slower than the entirely terrible, horrible, awful Entity XXR. And it is 7 hundredths. 0.7. No. 0.07. There we go. Faster than a Roosevelt Valor, so barely beat an old 30s Cadillac. In terms of muscle cars, it is 16th out of 45. Just barely Actually, technically it's 15th, and that kind of gives you a spoiler of what we're going to have in a minute. Because fine, before we tested the next car, this one was 15th. But it was out of 44, which still doesn't put it in the top third, because that's not how math works. It is a dead hiker. It is 1.18. It's basically 1.2 seconds slower than a weaponized Tampa, and 3.73 seconds faster than the Imperator, or Imperator, if you want to call it that. What it doesn't have is brakes, because look at there. Over I went. I'm surprised it didn't roll it right there. That was a good bit of driving to save that, if I do say so myself. In terms of drug wars, out of the 6 that we've tested so far in regular World Off-Road, it's 6th. Well, 5th until the next car, but again, oh dear. Okay, so the tree of many crashes got me. I was trying to dodge Donkey, overcorrected, and then I got hit. It is 3.77. That was impressive. I don't know how I saved that, other than just, I'm amazing. That's how. It is 3.77 seconds slower than the Entity. Bonk MT. Yeah, I went and said I was amazing driving on 2 wheels, and then what do? Run off the road. But we're down 2 minutes, 41 seconds, so let's go back to the top of Mount Chiliad and do one more final stat. It took this car in the snow 3 minutes and 9.5 seconds, so 3 minutes and 10 seconds basically, longer in the snow to get to the top of the mountain, which is double, more than double what it took in regular conditions, which is kind of rough. And of course, you can see all of these stats for yourself, as well as the other 375 vehicles that we have tested in Willett Off-Road, including all of those in the snow, on the Willett Off-Road spreadsheet. Link is in the description down below. And right there by that link is a link to Willett Off-Road Bingo, which you should be playing. That's right. We have Bingo for Willett Off-Road. Totally ripped off the idea from Ruffy. It is G-Fred drinking game, basically, in Bingo that they have. God, a Willett Off-Road Willett Off-Road drinking game would just ruin people's livers. Anyways, you click on the link, takes you to the Bingo Baker website, and you click on generate a new card, and then you click on things that happen in your video, or in the video if they're on your card. And if you get Bingo, you leave it in the comments down below, and you'll be the 6th person ever to score a Bingo in the entire 7-year history of Willett Off-Road. Hello, Destin. How are you doing? Nice to see you. That was violent. I love the damage. It's become probably my favorite part of the Willett Off-Road. We have a lot of fun making these videos. We really, really have a ton of fun making these videos. Didn't get a jump over the wood pile. Just bonked into it as usual. But we're down 1 minute, 39 seconds. Let's take a look at the damage on the Tahoma Coupe. The front and rear windows are gone. Most of the lights are out. The hood, the right door, and the rear bumper are somewhere back up the mountain. The left door and trunk won't close. Has bent wheels and some minor body damage. There are a few dents here and there. And there is a big wrestling match taking place behind me. There's a look at the support vehicles that joined me for today's Willett Off-Road. And then from the rear. And that is going to bring us to our next vehicle. Another Declasse, this time the Tulip M-100. Again, I like this car. I mean, it's just a slab of iron with minimal styling, but that's what GM was doing back in the day. And of the slabs of iron with minimal styling that they have, I think this one is approaching. Ooh, hello. Approaching aesthetically pleasing. The paint job helps. Though, man, I wish we had better silver paints in GTA. All the silvers we have are just kind of gray and not silver. It's kind of sad. And well, you know what else is sad? The fact that you're most likely not getting to see the behind-the-scenes version of this video. That's right. There is a ad-free, less edited version of Willett Off-Road and It features all the outtakes and things that don't make it into the public video. Like at the end of recording this car, it was a little too dark to drive back down, so we spent the night on top of the mountain and murdered each other for about 20 minutes. It was fun. On top of all that, instead of hearing this boring voiceover, you get to hear our Discord conversation. And in my opinion, it's the better video. It's the more engaging, more fun video. And it's only available to channel supporters. Sorry. I gotta give my channel supporters something. So I give them behind the scenes videos. And you can become a channel supporter one of 4 ways. You can become a member right here on YouTube. You can be a Twitch subscriber. Or you can make a monthly pledge over on Patreon. For those 3, you have to have your respective service linked to your Discord account and be a member of the Vainglorious Discord server. The 4th is on the Vainglorious Discord server itself. Just hit server subscriptions and subscribe there. All 4 of those give you access to the Vainglorious Supporters channel, where I post the links to all of the behind-the-scenes videos. And whether you're able to make a donation to get access to those behind-the-scenes videos, or even if you're just here watching and liking and commenting, I appreciate it. I appreciate all the support that all of you have shown to me over the past, nearly 7 years? 8? I don't know how many years it's been. It's been a lot of years coming up in April. I think it's 7. Yeah, I don't know. No, it's 8. Whatever. I'll figure it out later. I have absolutely no clue. Can you tell? It's been a long day, so leave me alone. But I do like this car a lot. Again, I just kind of like the way it drives. It's a decent little muscle car. It's not the fastest. It's not even the easiest to drive all the time. You can't catch out, but I just like it. It just suits me. I don't know. Maybe, what would this have been? 80s? Early 80s? Yeah. Maybe the 80s was just my time. Maybe I hit my prime in the 80s. And that was that. But if I'm more as old as 15-year-old, was I even born in the 80s? Probably. So, we're up. 3 minutes, 3 seconds. So, will it off-road? Bonk. Yes. Yes, it does fine. Barely missed it out on that 3 minutes once again, but very, very close in time to the car we just looked at. In terms of overall, out of the 376, it is 174th, so also in the top half, and with a good 202 other vehicles slower. It is 0.13 seconds slower than the Vigilante. I'm very sorry, Donkey. I did not mean to hit him. I tried to hit my brakes, and this thing just has crap brakes. I did genuinely try to stop. The surprising thing in the stats, it is 0.01, so 1/100th of a second faster than the Pegassi Osiris? Does that seem right? Oh, the Osiris must have struggled to put its power down going up. That or we tested it so long ago when I wasn't as good going up the mountain. I don't know. There is always that possibility. However, in muscle cars, we already know this because I spoiled it earlier. Out of 45, it's 15th in the top third. 3/4 of a second slower than the weaponized Tampa. And 0.43, I can't read my handwriting, faster than the Tahoma Coupe. I think that's a 3. Whoa, who was that? Was that Hobo? I just looked up from my note card to see somebody falling out of the sky. Out of the Drug Wars cars, it is 5th out of 6 that we have tested so far. 3.33 seconds slower than the Entity MT. And of course, we just talked about its difference to the Tahoma. We also tested this one in the snow, and when it was snowing, it took the Tulip M-100 1 minute 32.5 seconds longer to get up the mountain than it did in the dry. But that's fine because it was snowing and it's a muscle car. Even here in the dry, you've seen that it's struggled quite a few times with the back end wanting to come around on me. What's interesting is it looks like everybody but me fell off the mountain at some point. All the dots are already down. And nobody has passed me like on the path. So that means they had to have just fallen off the mountain somewhere. It happens. And when you fall off the mountain, oh yeah, there's Hobo. Hi, Hobo. Donkey must have been separated from his bike because he's now dying repeatedly. And oh my gosh, I actually managed to hold that. The back end stepped out, but I managed to keep it in line. I That's one of the things I like about this car is that you can do that. It does forgive you when you make mistakes as long as they're not big mistakes. And look at this. I don't even know what to call that. Like, I didn't really miss a beat there. Like, it rolled, but it kept rolling over and didn't really slow down that much. So, whatever, you know, I'll take it. So I tried to avoid hitting Destin. Overcorrected, wound up smacking, what was that, a truck back there? And yeah, it was kind of ugly. But we're down 2 minutes, 42 seconds. So we're back at the top of Mount Chiliad to fling this thing off the side and see what damage it takes. Of course, if you're playing with off-road bingo, there's your Avenger. It's basically become a free spot because Hobo almost always gets an Avenger out now. And so if you get a card that says an Avenger is spotted, you can thank Hobo because he gets his out every day. And by the way, look at that. Look at Shaq's. What is that, Deviant? Good looking card. Did a good job. Makes me kind of want Orange Sherbet a little bit, but other than that, very, very good. God, that does sound good. Orange Sherbet. One of those push pops with Orange Sherbet. Oh my God. Yes. Yes. I don't think an ice cream truck comes where I live. Plus, it's February. It's 45 degrees outside, and of course, it's also 11 o'clock at night. What kind of neighborhood would you live in if an ice cream truck showed up at 11 o'clock? They're like, sir, exactly what are your intentions right about now? But it'd be kind of cool. Think about adult ice cream. What is adult ice cream? It's definitely not Orange Sherbet push pops. Or maybe it is. I don't know. My imagination's going, oh, that was almost a thread the needle. By the way, you like my nice 80s red interior Hobo? Launched. Holy cow. I don't even know what that was. It was impressive, that's for certain. Donkey going off to the side. I just can't get a thread the needle today. Not happening. And because the back end came around, I'm not going to get up over the wood pile. Instead, I'm going to tumble into it. It's cinematic. What do you know, as long as there's something. People are messing up the fence, and we're down. 1 minute, almost 54 seconds. Let's take a look at the damage as my voice tries to give out. All windows, most lights, the right door gone. The left door, hood, and trunk will not close. Oh no, they won't. Bent wheels and minor body damage. Of course, we'll take a look at our support vehicles, though we first have to see that. Yeah, now we'll take a look at our support vehicles. So we'll just like gently rolled off that one log pile. It is great. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. It's my pleasure to do these videos each and every week. We have a lot of fun recording them, and I have a lot of fun getting to go back in, rewatch all our shenanigans while I edited it all together, and bring you guys along for the ride. We'll be back next week with the Journey 2 and the Surfer Custom. So I hope to see you for that video. And until then, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.